The race for the future of transportation has just taken a dramatic turn. While the world debates electric cars, batteries, and charging stations, China has quietly made a giant breakthrough in a technology that could rewrite the very foundation of the automotive industry, Maxwell Self-Powered EV Tech. And here's the shocking part, they did it before the United States. This isn't just another step in electric vehicles, it's a leap so massive that it challenges the dominance of traditional EV makers, threatens the oil industry, and puts America in a race against time. Imagine a car that doesn't need to stop at charging stations. A vehicle that generates and sustains its own power. No range anxiety. No expensive charging infrastructure. No dependency on fossil fuels. That's the promise of Maxwell's self-powered EV technology, a system that integrates advanced supercapacitors, quantum batteries, and energy harvesting modules capable of keeping an electric vehicle running indefinitely, as long as it's in motion. And now, China claims it has not only developed but also tested and proven this breakthrough, leaving the rest of the world stunned. For years, the US and Europe dominated EV innovation. Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, these names were synonymous with the future. But while the world looked west, China was quietly pouring billions of dollars into research partnerships, acquiring critical patents, and working with Maxwell Labs. Reports now reveal that Chinese researchers have successfully created a working prototype of a self-powered EV, using a revolutionary system that can store, recycle, and regenerate energy without depending on traditional lithium-ion batteries. This changes everything. If China takes the lead in self-powered EVs, it won't just dominate the global auto market. It will control the next era of energy independence. No more reliance on global oil trade. No more fragile supply chains for lithium, cobalt, or nickel. And no more waiting for charging networks to expand. China would have the power to dictate the future of mobility, while the US, once the epicenter of automotive innovation, struggles to catch up. So how does Maxwell's self-powered EV tech actually work? It combines 4 key innovations. Supercapacitors, which absorb and release power far quicker than batteries. Energy harvesting systems, which capture wasted energy from motion, vibration, solar exposure, and even the surrounding environment. Quantum battery research, which promises near-instant charging and ultra-long durability. And closed-loop regeneration, where every time the car moves, it recharges itself in real time, dramatically reducing or eliminating the need for external charging. Put simply, this car feeds itself energy. The United States has long considered itself the global leader in EV technology. But this Chinese breakthrough has set off alarms across Silicon Valley, Detroit, and Washington. If true, it means China may have leapfrogged not just Tesla, but the entire American EV industry. Washington insiders are already calling this a Sputnik moment for the auto world, a reference to when the Soviet Union shocked the US by launching the first satellite in 1957. Just like then, the question now is, can America catch up? This isn't only about cars. It's about energy freedom. If a vehicle can power itself without charging, imagine what else becomes possible. Military vehicles that never run out of fuel. Shipping fleets that don't burn oil. Planes and drones that can fly indefinitely. Cities powered by decentralized, self-sustaining energy systems. This technology could rewrite the entire global economy. And China knows it. The world is now at a crossroads. If China rolls out this technology first, it gains an unstoppable advantage, not just in cars, but in global influence and economic power. But the US isn't out of the game yet. Tesla, QuantumScape, and several US labs are racing to achieve the same breakthrough. The battle for the first mass-market self-powered EV is on. And the winner will define the future of transportation for the next 100 years. China's giant breakthrough in Maxwell's self-powered EV technology isn't just news, it's history in the making. A turning point where the balance of power shifts. A challenge to America's dominance. And a glimpse of a future where the car you drive may never need to stop for fuel or a charge, ever again. The question now is simple, who will win this new race? China or the US? If you found this story fascinating, make sure to like this video so more people can see it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe China has truly cracked Maxwell's self-powered EV tech, or is this just hype? And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. because the race for the future is heating up, and you won't want to miss what comes next. The pace of development is accelerating faster than anyone expected. Inside China's high-security research centers, engineers are running non-stop tests, pushing prototypes through conditions designed to mimic real-world challenges. Reports suggest some models have already traveled thousands of kilometers without a single external charge, a claim that has stunned analysts across the globe. Meanwhile, American researchers are scrambling. Universities, private labs, and corporations are all racing to match what China has already unveiled. But the gap is widening. China's access to rare earth resources, combined with its massive government funding and centralized strategy, gives it a powerful head start. In the corridors of Washington, debates rage over whether the US should accelerate funding, loosen regulations, or even form international partnerships to avoid falling irreversibly behind. The Pentagon, too, is watching closely. Military strategists understand what this could mean for defense. Armored vehicles, aircraft, and naval systems that never need refueling would transform global security forever. Energy giants are also feeling the pressure. If self-powered EVs become reality, the trillion-dollar oil industry faces an existential crisis. Countries that built their wealth on fossil fuel exports could see their economies collapse, while nations leading in this new energy revolution could rise to unprecedented levels of influence. And then comes the question of infrastructure. What happens to the global charging network if cars no longer need to plug in? Billions of dollars have been invested in charging stations, battery plants, and grid upgrades. All of that could become obsolete overnight. Investors are nervous. Some are shifting money into Chinese tech firms rumored to be working on Maxwell's designs, hoping to catch the next wave before it explodes into the mainstream. But there's more. The potential applications of this technology go far beyond cars. Imagine a smartphone that never needs to be charged, a laptop that runs endlessly, or entire smart cities powered by devices that feed themselves energy. The entire concept of energy dependency could be rewritten. Nations that control this know-how will not just lead in transportation, they'll dominate the global economy at every level. Already, whispers are emerging about partnerships between Chinese tech giants and their automakers, looking to integrate self-powered systems into consumer electronics, industrial machines, and even aerospace programs. The vision is clear: an interconnected ecosystem where power is no longer a limitation but an infinite resource harvested from motion, vibration, and the natural environment. And while the public sees headlines about prototypes and rumors, behind the scenes, the world's most powerful governments are watching with growing unease. If China can deploy fleets of cars, drones, and even satellites with self-powered systems, it changes the balance of power forever. The United States faces a critical decision: double down on its own innovation race, or risk becoming a follower in a field it once led. Tesla's next move could be decisive, but even Elon Musk has hinted that breakthroughs in energy storage may come from unexpected places. Could Maxwell's work in China be one of those places? For now, the race continues, with no clear finish line in sight. Each day brings new leaks, new reports, and new claims of progress. The world waits to see who will take the next giant leap, and what it will mean for the way we live, move, and power the future. The momentum inside China is unlike anything the world has seen before. Their state-backed EV projects are moving at lightning speed, bypassing the slow cycles of corporate decision-making that often hold back Western companies. Factories are being redesigned to accommodate the production of these self-powered systems, while supply chains are being restructured to ensure that no single country can choke off their progress. In parallel, academic institutions in China are producing a wave of new research papers, patents, and technical demonstrations. Many of these documents are kept under wraps, but leaks suggest they involve experimental energy capture layers that can absorb microscopic vibrations and convert them into usable power. If true, this would mean that every surface of the vehicle, from the windows to the body panels, could become an active energy source. Meanwhile, in Silicon Valley and Detroit, engineers are working around the clock, trying to decipher China's advantage. Some argue that the real breakthrough lies not only in the hardware, but in the software controlling energy flow. Artificial intelligence, combined with predictive algorithms, can maximize efficiency in ways human engineers could never achieve on their own. This fusion of AI and energy harvesting might be the hidden key to unlocking continuous motion. Financial markets are reacting as well. Stock prices of traditional automakers and oil companies are showing signs of instability, while companies rumored to be connected to Maxwell's designs are experiencing unprecedented surges. Investors sense a seismic shift, and no one wants to be left behind when the world's energy order changes. But as with every leap forward, questions and doubts linger. Can these systems scale to mass production? Will the costs be affordable enough for everyday consumers? Can safety be guaranteed when dealing with such untested energy technologies? These uncertainties hang in the air, fueling both skepticism and anticipation. Yet one thing remains clear: the old rules no longer apply. Charging networks that were once seen as the cornerstone of the EV revolution may become relics. Countries that spent billions installing them may soon face the reality of having invested in technology destined to be overtaken. Governments are quietly reassessing their strategies, considering whether to double down on conventional EV infrastructure or shift focus to the emerging promise of self-powered systems. And in the shadows, whispers grow louder about the military implications. A fleet of self-powered vehicles could operate indefinitely in hostile environments without supply lines. Drones equipped with this technology could surveil, defend, or even attack without ever needing to return for fuel. Satellites and space stations might one day run on continuous self-generating systems, pushing humanity deeper into space without the constant burden of refueling missions. The implications are staggering. Every new detail that emerges adds fuel to the fire of speculation. Is this the dawn of a new industrial revolution? Is the balance of global power shifting irreversibly toward the East? Or will the United States and its allies find a way to close the gap before it's too late? The answers are not here yet, but each day, each test, and each breakthrough pushes the world closer to an outcome that will shape the future of energy, transportation, and human civilization itself. The pace of development shows no signs of slowing. Inside China, every layer of government, industry, and academia appears to be aligned on one mission: seize the lead in Maxwell's self-powered EV technology and make it the foundation of a new global order. Factories are being automated, engineers are being recruited from around the world, and patents are quietly being filed at a scale never seen before. In the United States, a sense of urgency has taken hold. Committees are forming, new funding packages are being proposed, and tech companies are being urged to fast-track their research. Tesla, Ford, and General Motors are not only competing with each other anymore, they're competing with an entire nation that has bet its future on outpacing them. Around the globe, other countries watch closely. Europe wonders whether its massive EV charging investments could be wiped out in a single decade. Oil-exporting nations are bracing for impact as their lifeline begins to weaken. Developing countries see opportunity, hoping to leapfrog outdated infrastructure and jump directly into the self-powered era. But behind all the numbers, strategies, and projections lies a simple truth: this breakthrough is more than technology. It's about freedom from limitation. A car that powers itself is not just an engineering marvel, it's a symbol of human ingenuity, a step toward a world where energy is no longer a barrier but an infinite possibility. And this is where the story circles back to its core question. China has made a giant breakthrough, one that threatens to disrupt industries, economies, and power structures. But will it last? Will the US rise with its own counter-innovation? Will the rest of the world accept Chinese leadership in this new energy revolution, or will we witness the most intense technology race in history? The answer is not here yet. What is clear is that the race has already begun, and the stakes could not be higher. The winner won't just control the future of cars, they will control the future of energy, mobility, and global influence itself. China's leap in Maxwell's self-powered EV technology is more than just news, it is history unfolding in real time. The question now is simple: who will claim the future first? If you found this story eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button so more people can see it. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think China has truly cracked the code of Maxwell's self-powered EVs, or is this just a strategic move to intimidate rivals? And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon, because the future of energy is unfolding faster than ever, and you won't want to miss what comes next.